Welcome to the Love Kanika podcast. My name is Kanika,
My name is Benita.
and we are back for another show. If you are new to the show, which you possibly are because it's kind of a new show, we've been doing it less than a couple of years. Welcome. And if you don't mind subscribing and also liking the video so that we can eventually get in the algorithm so that we can build the channel and the podcast. It would be greatly appreciated. And again, if you're new, welcome. Thank you for your support. How are you, Vanita?
I'm doing good. I'm good.
Doing
I'm
good.
chilling.
We back
How
again.
are you?
Just a little
That we
good. Girl. Yeah.
you good?
Middle of the week, Thursday tomorrow,
Yeah.
then a Friday. Because you know I live for the weekend.
Same here. So I
Live
get
for
it.
it. So I can sleep. I
Everything.
have everything to do.
Yes.
Rest
Sleep and kick it.
or Andy. Sleep, kick it, and travel. Those are the things I love to do the most.
I concur.
Well, tonight we're gonna jump right in because we're not gonna be on here long tonight. We're gonna be on and off. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into our little dilemma this
Okay.
evening. Okay, so the dilemma is my boys pulled up a video of my fiance dancing at Magic City. Although the video looks old, she never told me that she used to be a stripper. Now, I don't know if I should call off the wedding because I don't know what else she might be hiding, but the wedding is in 2 weeks. Okay. So, Vanita, what do you think about this gentleman's little dilemma? What advice could you give him, if any?
Advice I would give him is you clearly need to have more communication and ask more questions to
Mhm.
your fiance, girlfriend at the time, prior to girlfriend, friend, clearly y'all didn't ask enough questions. I have enough conversation. Somewhere in that conversation, something should have popped up. You would think. I could be wrong, but you would think. I will say, as a collective, we don't ask enough questions to one another. Definitely the
Yeah,
men. They tend not to ask any questions at all. So
well, me care not how you look. No. Them,
that they
stri- them,
do.
them, them, them stripper looks got her a ring, now, didn't it?
It did do that. It did
So,
do that. That was good enough. So if the stripper ring, if the looks got you the ring, then I guess my question would be, what are you really tripping on?
I think that's the $1 million question to this whole thing.
Yeah. What are you really tripping
Men,
on?
men have collectively have a very effed up, toxic view of female sexuality.
I agree
It's,
with
it's,
that.
it's, it's super toxic. It's the Matrix have convinced me, have told me, and when I say the Matrix, I'm referring to really the dominant society's male because they control everything. They make all the rules, even this rule that um, most men have, because this is programming, right?
It is.
Men
Most
believe that
definitely.
women's sexuality is just supposed to be
Exclusive to them?
expressed to that one man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think men believe that women are supposed to really enjoy sex.
They
I,
don't because if they did, they perceive if they know what they hold in between their legs. They know what they hold in between their legs.
what you mean? What you mean?
They know what they know what they're capable of between their legs. And if women really, really, truly desired sex, a lot of men would be passed by.
What are you saying? They're not putting it down.
No, I don't believe that they are. I
It's
believe
me.
that they believe in their mind that they just being willy nillies and doing blah blah blah, but not for real.
Let me let men in on a little secret. A lot of men don't know this because their ego will never let them even see, acknowledge, or think this is a possibility.
Hmm.
But a lot of women be faking it in bed with y'all. A
Majority
lot,
of them do.
a lot of women, the orgasms, the sounds, all of it is fake because she's trying to get to her ultimate goal, which is to be in a relationship with you.
Hmm.
So the sex ain't really for a lot of women. It ain't even a major deal. Women, we have our own programming though. There's reasons for that. I'll
Yeah,
touch on
yeah.
that a little bit later. But a lot of women's main goal is to for a relationship. So if she need to moan and groan and lie to y'all and tell y'all that it's good and it's great and hen and ha and pretend like she's coming to get to the bottom line, that's what she's gonna do. So a lot of y'all need to stop thinking that you really putting it down in bed because to be honest, this ain't no shade. From what the collective of, and I have a lot of friends and we talk about sex quite often, some of us, but the ones that do, it ain't no, oh, they're just putting it down. It's really regular. I don't like, I'm not even trying to shade me. I'm saying that the majority of commentary I hear from women about the sex ain't he just put it down. That ain't what I hear,
It'd be
to be
far
honest.
and few in between.
Very
Literally, over their 40 some years, they may tell us maybe two out of their 40 some years. Maybe.
And that's real talk. To just put it down like what? Nah, those
Nah.
men are average or below, and the women don't care because the women trying to get to the relationship. That's just a little
Big old
side
fact.
note to to let y'all know it really ain't all of that. But back to the subject. Men have a very effed up view of female sexuality, and it comes from the dominant society's male. This is where mostly, to be honest, you're not aware of this. Most of a lot of your ideologies, judgments, thought processes, particularly of men, because they men kind of all carry these same kind of ideologies when it comes to female sexuality across the board. I got that from the same men who y'all claim oppressed you or oppressing you now. So it's funny that some of their ideals and ideologies when it comes to women and sexuality, y'all embrace wholeheartedly. But when they try to put these other judgments on you, when they try to
Then
tell
you
you
got a
other things
problem and an issue.
about you,
Exactly.
then it's, oh, they're not being fair, they're oppressing us, they're doing this and that.
Exactly.
But they're not the
Exactly.
oppressor when it's something to do with women. That's the hypocrisy of particularly the men in our community. I have a lot
Mhm.
of judgments on women and our sexuality and our body count. I got you, Deshaun. Deshaun want me to drop the link. I got you. Give me
Okay,
one.
well, come on, Deshaun.
Glad you
Drop the
have me.
link for Deshaun.
Um, y'all have a lot of programming when it comes to female sexuality that's really unhealthy. If you go back and listen to my show called uh, Pussy Worship,
Puts it.
The
Yeah.
Religion of Men, I kind of go into how men see the vagina, the female vagina, as y'all God. And I don't think you realize it. That's why when it comes to us being naked or dancing on the stage naked or being in video, whatever, uh, y'all get so rattled about it and get so judgmental about it because in your mind you're thinking, how can you be on a pole on a stage showing off our God? It deserves to be put up on a
That
pedestal.
sounds crazy.
No,
That
real
sounds
shit.
so
This is how
crazy.
men like that's a God. You cherish that. How could you do that? Because in their mind, they Go back and listen to the show. They got altars of pussies. I'm telling you, in their house. So they don't understand how we could just be in their mind so cavalier about it. And in our mind, we pee out of it, we bleed out of it, we have kids out of it. It ain't that deep.
More than anything, we bleed
Okay?
out of it.
We
Like,
bleed. We we
Lord have
bleed.
mercy.
And you know it's deep because we bleed, we pee out of it, all of that, and they still eat it because it's
Mm,
they got deep. Think about how deep that is. They
mm.
they happily eat it.
I
That's
mean,
deep.
that
They,
is
and they
deep.
know it bleeds. They know it. That think about this, ladies. They have a very effed up um ideologies when it comes to female sexuality. They think our pussy is their god. So in their mind, how could you show it to everybody on a stage? They like, now mind you, billions of women on the earth, and we all got the same shit.
That's
The
facts.
same breast, the same pussy. All got
That's
the same.
facts.
It might vary in the size of the breast, but we got the same. This ain't no, you would think we all are different or, something, we all look different or something special. We got the same thing and they been seeing it since they were had it in their mouth, getting milk out of it. So the fact that they be so on edge about female sexuality and the fact that we're something we wear, or if we're naked, or if we want to do something sexually, they get so bent out of shape about it. Particularly at this, it's really sad because y'all grown as hell, 40s and 50s, still feeling a way because somebody danced 20 years ago. Why? What does that say to you? What does that mean to you? Because to want to call off a wedding, a woman who you gave a ring to, because that's not something men in this community do every day.
This is really just the image. He's calling off the wedding because his homeboys have found out. Now, had he had found out that information on his own, the likelihood of him breaking it off would have been slim to none. It's the fact that the homies know it now. So now in his mind, it's an image thing.
A lot of men live for the approval of their homeboy,
Hmm.
the approval of whoever they think, whatever society is saying.
Hmm.
A lot of men live through the ego because that's all that is. That's ego.
Exactly. It is.
Like, why would you give up clearly what you see as a blessing? You ask her to marry you for something that happened 20 years ago. It ain't like the woman off to somebody. It's different if you found out somebody
Yeah, that's
off to
something
somebody.
different. Yeah, that's something totally different. You didn't did something, yeah, kill somebody, did something real harmful to somebody,
Right,
then I
right.
can understand it.
She got naked on the stage showing that what we all got. It's just nothing
On top of
special.
that, she made money from it, so I don't understand what the issue is. It was just a job
Exactly. She used her God given attractiveness to
for
make
y'all to
money.
come in and make money because it's y'all that's giving her the money. God dang it,
Listen, it wouldn't be no strippers without men coming in there. That's why I say they're so
that way.
hypocritical. You love it,
Exactly.
then they try to judge you for it, but they love every minute of it. Them girls on OnlyFans are making millions and millions and millions of dollars, and these men are looking at pictures of them. Y'all judge That's why this why we really can't take y'all seriously. Y'all judge the very damn thing that
Y'all be
y'all
on
love so much.
y'all be on
Hi.
y'all bull crap. Hey
What
ladies.
do you mean?
Hey,
Hi, how
What's
are
going
you?
on?
How are
Good and
you?
you? I'm
Good,
cool, I'm
good,
cool.
good. What you got to say
So
about what we're
hold on.
saying?
So hold on. So I'm just getting off of work, so I didn't catch all of it.
Okay.
So you saying the guy left his wife because she was a stripper 20 years ago?
Well, so he found out his boy showed him a video. He didn't know. So his
Hmm.
boy showed him a video saying, "Hey, look at your, this was her. She used to dance back in the day. Now he's feeling a way because like Vanita said, we don't think it's necessarily that he's so upset that she danced. We believe he's upset because his boys were the one who showed him, and now they know, and now he's concerned about what his boys is gonna think. A lot of men live
Mhm.
for the approval of their homeboys. That's why y'all can like a woman, not you, Deshaun, not you, but men in general can like a woman, but she may not look the part. She may not look like your boys will. She will. You take her around your boys. You won't be able. Your boys won't say, "Damn, she bad." That's all y'all want. Y'all want the boys like, "Damn, she's bad. You winning, and all of that." Approval from the peanut gallery is
Yeah,
how
pretty much. Because now, if he chooses to go along with marrying her, it's a chance that when he brings her around the boys, the first thing I'll say, "Oh, he went ahead and married the stripper."
that's
Who
what he worried
cares?
about.
Well, I think
Yeah, instead of just shutting him down initially when the homie said something like, "Bro, you worried about the wrong thing."
well, I think it's more of the because strippers already have a bad rep, right? So I think it's more of the embarrassment, right? Oh, your
It,
wife, and
Yeah,
knowing that
exactly.
everybody know, yo, your
yes,
wife was a stripper.
that's
That
what I'm
way.
saying. If this is more
I
these
guess
situations. Go ahead.
so. My question, Deshaun, coming from a male's point of view, why? Why do y'all care? Why do you care what your homeboy have to say?
Again, is I mean, you would take your best friend's advice, right? You would listen to her.
No, not when it
No,
comes
it
to men.
depends on what it is. It depends on what it is. I'm not taking what she say as golden.
Well, I
No.
think
No.
honestly, if it was me, I would be doing some thinking, right, and some
About
questioning. I'll be doing some thinking
About
about
what?
because when you're a stripper in 20, let's just hypothetically say 25, 30 years ago,
uh-huh.
Okay.
strippers already have a bad name, right? So
Okay.
some of us know strippers for doing things after, right?
So
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 maybe,
Like what?
like what?
come on, you know they be selling themselves. Some of them sell themselves for extra bread.
Everyone, most women sell themselves.
Some
Let, let,
strippers.
let- no, 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 let me address that, Benita.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay.
You
You-
do know that every woman wants y'all money, whether she gets it in on the front end or the back end. Yeah, you are
Yeah,
aware of
but
that.
we
The
not we talking
only
about
no, no, Jashawn, the
You're talking
only
about the title, is what you're talking
we're
about. You
talking
just
about a
saying the
title
title.
because the concept is the only difference is they're getting their money from y'all up front at a club in the moment. The
don't
woman
say it
that
like
you
that.
effing, she's trying to cipher money from you over time. Every
Exactly.
woman wants your money. If let me tell you something. If you're sticking your in her, she wants your money. There is something in her head trying to figure out how she can get something out of y'all. A bill, a trip, a dinner, something. The
Are you
only
speaking for
difference
strippers or are you
between
speaking for women in general?
women in
Women in
general,
general.
So
all women,
you two are like that?
She's
every
saying
woman
that
is like that.
in general. Well, let
Every
me ask you this,
woman
Deshaun. When
is
you
like
meet
that.
a woman at the end of the day, when you first meet a woman, Deshaun,
Hmm.
you take her out to dinner. You want to date her, take her out, or whatever. You're spending money then, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, so eventually you perceive that sex should come about eventually, no matter how long it's gonna take. But eventually, you expect sex at some point in time, do you not?
Absolutely. But I don't want to look at it like
Okay,
I paid for it though.
But you did.
but it is
No matter
really
what your
at the
ego,
end of
that's
the
the thing.
day,
It don't matter what your.
you
That's the thing
still
about
did.
you guys don't. You live in men live in the ego. It doesn't matter that you don't want to think you did. You did. Every man is buying ass. If you're taking her on trips, paying for anything in her house, doing anything for her kids, taking her out to do anything financially, you are paying for the ass. What do you think we're getting out of it? What we want? What do you think we want from this? Because let me tell you, let me just keep it all the way live.
So do women not want real love no more? Everything
No,
has to be about what you can spend on her.
real
Well,
love.
even when it comes to real love, Deshaun, in order to get to real love, you got to spend time together. And in the process of spending time together is you guys tend to go out and men tend to pay more than women do. And
But if
y'all
you
expect sex at some point in time. You expect sex. Because if I told you we can go out, we can even split bills both ways. At some point in time of spending time with me, you're going to eventually want to have sex. Not
just
necessarily
like
with me, Deshaun. I'm just saying in general.
no, I know. Come on, girl. I know what you're
Yeah.
saying,
Got you. I'm just saying and make sure I make that clear. That's all.
girl. Yeah, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, every woman wants, whether she gets it is another story. You can watch
Yeah.
almost any dating you I don't know if you on social media like that it's this lady called Kendra G. She has this dating show. She picks people, they come on, they say what they want. It's I haven't seen a woman yet come on, maybe five out of probably thousands that didn't. The first thing they said they wanted was the man's money.
And some
80,
women are just
90.
straight gold diggers.
Okay,
Hallelujah.
so let's go to this, Deshaun, because you. I'm not saying that you're not right based on your statement, but the same way that you're saying that some women are gold diggers, are not most men sexual creatures that want pussy?
We human. I think. Yeah,
Oh,
why
Now
wait,
not
it
Sean.
be?
goes to
I'll
the
answer the question.
human. Come on, Deshaun. Come on now. Come on, Deshaun.
That's
Come
the thing.
on.
That's the
Listen,
thing
You
about
tried to go
men.
around the mulberry bush
so
on
listen.
that
I'm
Men,
gonna
one.
keep
Come
it
they,
real
on.
with you. When I meet a girl, I'm definitely gonna be expecting something, right? I mean, I think that's just natural. No, keep it
so
real.
so
When you meet a
We're
woman,
listening.
your whole plan. When you meet a woman, your whole plan is to get to know this lady, right? See what she's
Mm-hmm.
about. See she's a good vibe, and just see if everything is where you would like it to be.
oh, cut it
If
out,
Okay.
Deshaun. Oh, cut it out. When you meet a woman, what you're thinking about is how you can get her naked. Stop it. Most men
Right.
are not. Most men are. Oh, I just want to get to know her and see what she's about. See what her heart is like and her soul.
But you
No.
could you still have some men that want real love, that want a real relationship. Not every man just want to get a piece of ass and keep it moving. Who wants to keep living like that? I'm 44 years old. I don't want to do that.
And
I
we
want something
understand that,
for real.
Deshaun, but you're going to look at her. You only go after the ones that you are attracted to at the end of the day, and attraction
Period.
equals to sex at the end of the day. Because if she's an unattractive woman, you're not even going to entertain her. Although she probably got a great soul, great
She probably could.
personality, will treat you like you're heaven.
She probably could be my
But you
friend.
see, you see what
I'm
you
just
just
no.
said?
I'm being funny.
No, you will. You don't be trying to backtrack now. You meant what you just said, sir.
No,
Deshaun,
seriously.
go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. What you about to say?
No, I honestly, man, some men are like that, right? But a lot of it's caused by the women too, because the women do a lot of cheating, so it leads us to not trust a lot of women.
You do a lot of cheating. You
No, I said
Deshaun,
women.
but y'all do a ton of cheating. So it's okay for y'all. It's a double standard going on because it's okay for y'all to be in the streets and cheat, but let a female doing it and it's like it's the end of the world. Y'all got to
No,
cut
it's
out
not
y'all
okay
double
for no.
standard.
No, it's not okay for nobody to cheat. If you in something, you in something. If something's wrong, you got to communicate that for sure,
so
right?
here's the thing, Deshaun. I do agree with you on. You asked the question. You said, do women not want real love anymore? Let me address that because that's what a lot of men are saying when women bring up this money thing. Yes,
No,
Deshaun.
money, money,
Yes,
money.
yes, we do. We would like real love. The problem is, Deshaun,
Hmm.
it's been proven now for decades that us giving that selflessly and unconditionally has kind of got us the short end of the stick. Because
Those are facts.
a lot of times, not only is it not reciprocated, it's our love has been taken for granted. And this isn't something that I'm saying because that's what the streets. This is something I witnessed all my entire life. I'm 45 years old, and
You look amazing.
thank you, dear, thank you. The stories, the things that my friends have been through, the things that I witnessed, just women all my life go through, just simply trying to love a man.
Hmm.
made me decide not to have kids because these women have been dragged so terribly by the men they tried to love. And again, this is something I've seen my entire life. I've seen it. It's almost like trying to love y'all will get you basically heartache and heartbroken. So
Really,
yes,
that's how you feel? That's
Deshaun.
that's tough. That's tough that you feel
No,
like that though.
no, it is. It's been tough watching it. It's been tough watching it. It's been tough watching almost every woman I know get dragged, hurt, disrespected, left, cheated on,
But
lied
don't you think
to.
that's vice versa as well though? Don't you think that happens to us too though?
I
Not the
think
way
the
not
difference
the way it
is
happens.
that,
Not
well,
the way.
I think the difference is it happens to men early on. You guys tried the love thing in your 20s when we all know in our 40s now that back then you didn't know anything. So y'all gave all your emotions to probably your first girlfriend, your first baby mama. They've burned you, however, the same way, cheating, whatever the case may be. And y'all never recoup from that. Y'all stay stuck in that space. You
Yeah.
never recoup from that. When women, when you scorn us and take us through this and take us through that, all those things that Kanika just labeled, we'll still recoil back and try again
Yeah, we'll
with a
try
You'll
to
different
love.
still, in the
individual.
back of your mind, you'll still have those issues. You'll still think a certain way. If I
You
just like
do,
let
but if you try to work through it with whoever that new person is, if you're trying to be self aware and really want to make this successful, but y'all don't even try, not at all. Y'all don't even try.
It's almost like the in every woman after the one that broke your heart when y'all were younger, she pays the price because it just never seems to pan out. And again, Deshaun, I really wish this story, this narrative was different, but if I'm witnessing this over and over and over and over and over again, I mean, for now decades that men are doing women wrong. So now women are like, well, shit, should I give my heart? I mean, or should I just, this kind of be a transactional situation where, we have fun, da da da. I give him pussy, he pays some bills, or whatever the situation may be. Because no, I'm being 100% serious because this heart thing ain't really haven't been working out for women. I maybe can count on one hand of all the women I've known in my life, in this community. I'm not talking about the dominant society, in this community where the love thing has worked out for them. One hand. And this is probably what hundreds of women. It's always a story of he did this to me or he left me and don't take it. It's always a story. So I think going back to the subject, I think that's why women are saying now I need to get something out of this deal instead of always being the one giving, sacrificing,
Hmm.
and then being the one
Hmm.
left with a broken heart.
But Kanika, are you seeing someone now?
No,
Do you have
one
you,
hundred
you,
percent. No, no,
because you sound
nothing.
the way you talking sound like you really been hurt.
No, I really haven't been hurt like that. This is just what I'm witnessing. The reason why I haven't been hurt like
But
that,
you
because I
witnessed
don't
it
know.
and you probably been through it as well. 'Cause that's how you
Well,
talking.
not earlier. Not
Okay.
I learned earlier. My shit happened in my early 20s. That's when the majority of my stuff with men
Hmm.
happened, and I learned then. See, I don't have to keep going through the same lessons over and over and over and over and over to get the lesson. After about that third man kind
Hmm.
of did the same thing the other two before him did, and maybe a little worse, depending on the scenario. I said, "Oh, okay. Don't be no dummy. Now you move accordingly to what you see." And I've been doing it ever since. Not saying that I haven't been in relationships and I didn't love the men I've been in relationships with after that, but I was very aware of who I'm dealing with. And I think because I don't live kind of in a fantasy land when it comes to men and love, I've been able to avoid a lot of things because I see stuff what. And this is not for me to be telling other women, follow this road. If women want to dive deep and be in love, to each his own. Everybody has their own path to walk. But for me, I'm a person who kind of looks at the evidence. I'm a logical woman, not very like emotional. Although I'm affectionate, I look at things through logic, not emotion. Where most women make decisions, particularly when it comes to men and relationships, through their emotions. Logically, it just wouldn't make any sense for me to keep putting myself in the same situation when I know that pretty much can tell what the outcome is going to be. So I just move accordingly. I just move according to
Right.
that. That don't. And here's the thing: I'm not even mad at me. I don't have nothing against me. I get along with me. Some of my closest friends are men. It's just like I don't have nothing against cows or snakes. They are what they are. It is what it is.
You're out of control.
Hey Lou, how are you? Are
You
you
on
on
Hey
mute,
mute?
Lou,
Lou.
I need you to come save me, man. I'm getting bashed right now.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm
Hey,
here.
Kanika and Vanetta, they bashing me, bro.
Listen. I was listening at first, and then
Uh-huh.
with so much extra, it moved my spirit. I said I gotta go on
Mm.
here and set everything
Right.
straight.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Well, come on, Lou. Let's go.
Um, as I understand it, the
Yeah.
title
Okay.
said the man found out that his he proposed to the woman. They gonna get married, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
then he found out through whomever
Yes.
that she was stripping.
Yeah. She used
Correct.
to.
You that's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine. I,
Yeah.
Mm.
u- I, I,
Okay.
I used to crawl my knees, now I walk. Right.
Right. Right.
So
Okay. Yeah.
so but what she should have done was disclose this information and say, hey, Johnny,
From the beginning.
I need you to know 20 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I was on the pole.
Uh-huh.
And I just need I want to bring that out front so you know who I am, what my past was. Now that doesn't mean she's that person today because we all can grow if we
So
choose.
Lou, so
Yeah.
what you saying is if she told him from the very beginning of their relationship, they wouldn't even have to worry about if their friend found out or not. Because everything would have been smooth, everything was been already on the table.
Everything's on the table. Now at
Right,
that
right.
point, if Johnny says, baby, I love you so much, that doesn't matter to me that you was on that pole 5, 10, 15 years ago. Whoever showed him the video or the evidence, he says, yeah, I, I knew about it, and really it's none of your business. But since you brought it, it's all on the table. But this is who I love. This is who I want to be with. It don't matter
So let
because
me ask you this, Lou, real
wait,
quick.
wait,
Go
wait,
ahead. I'm gonna let you finish
wait,
because I
wait,
got a question. Go ahead. Go
wait,
ahead.
because you all said we in our 40s and 50s. Did y'all not say
Yeah.
that?
That is yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
That's true.
So all of that means that we all have the capability of having a substantial past.
Absolutely.
That means we all have some, we talking about body counts, we talking about relationships, we talking about marriages, we talking about kids. We all have that. But if you put that on the table, then that gives that person a choice. And I know I talked to Kanika about this. I used to be a liar to women. And most men either have been or still do it. You know why I was lying? Because
Right.
I was
Mm.
trying to get to the promised land.
Exactly.
Right?
I think we
There you
all did
go.
that.
But, but,
Absolutely.
but, but when I stopped doing that, I really got to the milk and honey. But it's hard for a man to do that because we feel we got to shuck and jive and do all those things. But if when people come together, if we talking about a committed relationship, being a committed relationship, you need to put all that on the table. Hey, look, you know what? I used to whatever that is, and so she gets to make an informed decision, and he gets to make an informed decision. That's where the problem comes in. When you lie, you make decisions for other people.
But she
But
didn't
how
lie
did she
there.
lie? She didn't lie.
Oh,
How did
wait,
she lie?
wait. Okay, wait. Don't omit things that you know are going to affect the long termness of your committed relationship.
How would that affect it though?
How would affect it? Yeah, exactly. How does that affect it? That's where I was going with my question, Lou, to you is why, because of this particular label, it's an issue. I worked at Publix when I was
So did I.
20 years ago. I worked at
I was
Publix.
a fat boy. Yeah.
So, yo, am I supposed to reveal that information? So if your homies came to you and say, yo, we saw a video where Vanita worked at Publix.
But that's different, Vanita.
Are
That's
we
totally
still?
different.
How? Why
You
is
wasn't
this
showing.
stripper thing?
You was.
You're putting this title, this thing on her
But there's
like
a
it's
lot.
a
But there's
bad
a lot.
thing.
But there's a lot that comes with that title, though.
Like
Like
Have you?
what?
I said it earlier. When you consider a stripper, there's a lot of things that come with it, right?
Like
So
what?
again, we know what some strippers is known to do.
Okay,
Right,
so
so-
for the most part, let's just say this hypothetically, because we don't know
Kanika look like she's
exactly.
ready to punch me in the throat. Look at
Let's say this hypothetically.
Right.
The stripper is the person that's possibly banging a whole bunch of dudes. She may have had a threesome or two. She may have had an orgy. Okay. Haven't most men done the exact same thing?
shit, the regular girl. The one
I
he
never
do-
had a threesome.
Hold
I never
on.
had none of that.
The school
Well,
teacher.
I named off of just several things. We can take the threesome and the orgies
Yeah,
out
take all
and
that
just
stuff
say,
out.
okay, so let's talk body count. Am I supposed to come to you as my fiance and say, yo, my body count is such and such and such? What's yours, babe? Just because my homies
No.
may have a group of men that may come in and say, yo, you know I banged your girl? Hey,
But
yo,
just-
you know I banged your girl? You know I banged your girl? It could have been 15, 20 of them. Who knows
But-
how many?
Just like Lou said though, if you put it all on the table, give me a choice. Let me see if I want to deal with it or not. Right?
So that's
put it
what
all
I'm
on the
saying. So
table.
do I put my body count on the table as well? Because if I put mine on the table, then you should be putting yours on the table too. So if we're gonna have this putting everything on the table, let's go.
You're goddamn right. If you ask that question, if you ask a woman what her body count is, she says 100, and she say, "What's yours?" You should say mine's 110.
So the whole thing is just to get to have a bigger body count than her. Is that what you're saying, Lou?
Oh, shit.
It's about the truth.
I want to address
Okay,
what Deshaun
okay.
said.
Huh?
Deshaun,
Go ahead.
you said, because strippers be into a lot, they do a lot of things. You do know school teachers do a lot of shit too. You do know
A whole bunch of people,
So the
church
same-
nurses
same
do a
thing
whole lot. Lawyers do a whole lot. All them big names that y'all like, lawyers, doctors, they do a lot of things too. You
Y'all-
right?
Let me say
Y'all
something.
do know, hold on, Deshaun.
Let-
Y'all do
okay.
know that when ain't nobody looking, y'all do know that women get freaky. Of all jobs, hold on, of all professions. Y'all do know that some women are into 2 and 3 men at one. Y'all do know that. And she sits at a law firm. Y'all do know that? Y'all do know that women we into some shit. No matter what job title we may hold. So
Right.
just because we might be in a club on a pole, that don't necessarily mean we selling ass. And just because we work at a school teaching kids, that don't mean we ain't. See, then men are very surface like. Y'all don't really
Wait. I'm saying that conversation. I don't care if you deliver papers to the community. You should have that conversation if you talking about a committed relationship and being married.
So are we gonna talk about the men's all their drug charges they got on their record? The fact that you slept
Hey, look, we should get butt booty ass naked by everything.
I didn't sell no dick though. I sold drugs, not dick. Excuse me, I forgot my
Which
fault.
Wait a minute.
one?
Hold on. I'm confused. Why do you perceive that you don't sell dick? Because we just had the conversation that when you take a woman to dinner and you're courting her, you're paying then. So how are you
Well,
not?
she said
you're still
drugs.
Drugs, which is what you think
So you say I should put the drugs on the table?
hold on. So you think
Yeah, everything should be on the
Dancing-
table. If you want me to
you
put the
think
strip pole on the
dancing-
table, you should put that on the table.
you think dancing on a
Hell
pole
yeah.
is worse than selling drugs to the elderly and to do you think that's
Because
worse?
me showing my body did not affect anybody. I mean, y'all may have gotten aroused, but it didn't kill nobody. Those drugs can potentially kill somebody. So who's more harmful?
And most of
Can I
y'all
say
got drug
something?
charges from when you were younger. Most of
Nah,
y'all.
don't do that. Don't
Oh,
do
for
that.
sure you
I
do.
don't. No, don't do
Not
that.
you, not you, but most at least have a weed charge. Y'all, their
Listen,
records are jacked up. They're jacked
listen.
up. But,
I've
but,
been
but,
in the.
but we don't take that. We don't say, can you pull your criminal record so we can check? Because y'all would be to the curb if we could pull your criminal record.
Can I
But
Listen,
say
we don't even
something?
ask
wait,
that.
wait.
Kanika, listen. I've been in Atlanta for about a year because I'm from Boston, so I've been here for about a year. 2 weeks ago was my first. I don't even do strip clubs, but my cousin kept pushing it. So 2 weeks ago, I went to the strip club. The girl was ball naked. I said, "Shit." I said, "It looks amazing in here." Right? But
Okay,
right?
go
Right.
ahead.
But as she's dancing, she was like, "You want to do something extra?" So
Okay.
you see why I'm saying what I'm saying. Strippers is known for certain things,
Well,
right?
do you think you got to
But
be in a club to
again,
do that?
Deshaun, y'all are known for certain things too. Y'all hit, although think about how many men have said okay to that. So how is that any different than what she's doing?
And even in that, you don't have to be in a. Do you know? So many women won't offer her some. Deshaun, we like money. We like if you offer it. Listen, y'all have put this morality. Men
I'm about
have.
to go to Chippendales and I don't want to hear nothing because I'm about to be a stripper my damn self.
Okay, well, be a stripper. You get it on. Get your bread. Get your
when it
bread.
when it comes to female sexuality, it's
Hmm.
like all of a sudden men all of a sudden get so moral. It's like morality
Hmm.
goes out the window in every other part of the male life, in the male thought process. But when it comes to a woman's pussy, it's like, no, the Bible said. It's like, well, what was the Bible when y'all was lying and cheating and doing all this shit?
Can they,
That way.
It's weird.
Hold on, can I get y'all right back? I'm at Target, so I gotta put
Yeah.
him
Just
Yeah,
put him
yeah,
out.
you
yeah.
good. Go
Come
ahead.
back. Come
All
back.
right.
What you was about to
Uh,
say, Lou?
men just want to know. Like it's not a judgment. Like,
No, it
oh
is a judgment, Lou.
no, well, I'm speaking for Lou. I'm speaking for Lou.
Look like, hold on, hold on.
If you tell me that you was a stripper, you tell me you was a prostitute, you tell me I worked at the church, but I was messing with the deacons. Just be forthright with that, so I know what that is, so I can deal with you accordingly. That's all. Don't present yourself as something when that's not what that is.
What do you mean by that, Lou? Because what is she presenting herself as? She just presented herself as herself. She did.
No,
There
no,
was
no,
no
no, no,
conversation at any point for y'all to get to for
I'm
her to
saying,
tell you she was a stripper. Clearly,
I'm saying you're talking to a person, y'all engaged, y'all have some not engaged like married, but y'all having engaged
engaging
conversations,
in conversation. Gotcha.
and y'all talking about
Uh huh.
different things. And as that goes along, as the months go along, the days go along, the weeks go along, and she said, "Well, so I know you work at Target now, but and you move here from. I'm gonna use Deshaun for example. You moved from Boston. What did you do in Boston? Oh,
Jamaica Plain.
I was a
Oh,
stripper. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. It's a fair question.
Then what if it never comes up? She should bring it
No, no,
up.
no, 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 no. Wait. If you're talking about being doing legitimate things, spending legitimate time, possibly going to a committed relationship, those conversations come up because you're around them so much, and so you just say something like, "Oh, you ever been to you ever been to Aruba?" No, I ain't never been to Aruba. I just came back from Aruba. That's a conversation. It's just stuff that comes up.
Then what if it don't come up?
Then they ain't talking enough, and that's some bullshit.
Because
I have a
Did I
question.
not say that? I said that at the beginning of the show. It's not enough conversation.
Because I've been asked things, and uh, I answered them truthfully. And I thought in the moment, now I got a little shaky. I thought, who? They said, well, how? I said, And then
but
I said, go ahead.
what
I
if
said,
it's never asked though? What if what if a conversation like that never comes up? You feel like she should just say one day, back when I was 21, I used to dance.
So let's
What does
say,
that mean to y'all?
no, let's say for the sake of the conversation,
That's what I would like to know.
if I was a drug dealer,
Uh-huh.
right? And I'm pursuing this woman, and she's like, "Hey, I'm really into you," and we talking about doing some other things. I should say, "Look, back in 19 such, I sold some drugs. Now I ain't got no record, but I did sell some dope. She should know that. She should know that.
What what her knowing that is gonna for you her the fact you can't get a passport because you
No, no, no,
what
no. I'm all
what
legit. Everything's legit. But I'm trying to have a very honest, open relationship, so
and
she knows everything about me.
if it's asked, then if he asks or it comes up, but just I guess for me, I'm like, it's 20. What does that have to do? It's not like she did something that's good. She's doing something that's going to affect the now. That's going to affect your relationship in the now. It ain't like she got something on her record. She can't get a passport.
No,
It
I
ain't
just
like
think
she
it's
did
that
something
jog that
where
should have been brought up. That jog should have been brought up when we first got into a
what
conversation
does it
because
mean?
you should
What
have
does
gave me
that
a
mean?
choice.
Like Benita said, what does that mean to y'all? What does it mean?
What if
Because
she
what
brings
is
it up?
strong or what does it mean?
It
What
means
Because
does the
I might not
title
be.
stripper mean to
I
No,
y'all?
no,
it
you
means
got
that I
listen.
know about who I'm dating and who I'm with.
Hmm.
That
That's
that
And
that
I
she
can
it.
did
save
it.
myself from, but I can
She
save
did it
myself
2
later
years
for the
ago.
embarrassment when people find out. I could be like, I
See,
already know.
there you go.
Okay, so
I already
why?
know
I
because
guess
somebody
my
else might find it
question:
10 years later.
why do y'all care?
Why do
Why
y'all
do
care
y'all
so much?
care as a collective? Why do you even give a shit?
Why do y'all care
Because
so much?
how does it affect your household in any way? How does it affect your household?
It doesn't.
Embarrassment doesn't
Well,
affect your
listen, I'm
household.
gonna be honest with you.
You don't
Maybe I wouldn't leave her, right? But I would be highly upset because I would have felt like that's something you should have told me from the beginning.
because you want approval from your boys. Let's
Well,
just keep this shit out the
no, I
way.
just think we should be open about everything, anyways, from the beginning, right?
Eh,
I gotta know who you are. You know who I am. Let me know your past. I'll let you know mine. It's all
So,
about communication, right?
the-
you know what's interesting about this? A friend of mine, he went on a vacation uh, overseas to Europe.
Hmm.
He met a young lady over there. He extended his stay, stayed a little longer,
Oh, he's part of the
Hmm.
passport, bros.
and he ended up bringing uh, and marrying this woman, and she was a was a fucking porn star,
Mhm.
Okay.
and she told him, "Hey, that's what I used to do. That's not what I do now."
Yeah, okay.
No. And it gave him the ability to make a choice. Now he chose to marry her, and they now have two kids with one on the way.
I guess for me,
So it's just about the information. She told him like, look, you can look at some film and you can see some. This is beyond stripping. But I
Yeah, I
want to
got
see
you.
who I am and what I used to do. I don't
But she
do it
told him
anymore.
from the gate, though.
She told him from the gate.
That's what made a difference.
That's what makes a difference.
I, why
Absolutely.
did again? Why
I
does
think
it?
we're gonna sit here and keep arguing with y'all about this, but
No, no, no. Y'all still can't answer my question. Why does the title of stripper? Why does that bother y'all? So let's talk about that. Why does female sexuality, when it's not in this demure state that your oppressors programmed y'all to believe that women should be? Why, if it's outside of that, y'all have why do y'all have such a problem with women expressing themselves sexually? Is it because they told y'all that women should be a certain kind of way?
No, I
Because
do
we
not.
have this, it's funny when anytime women like sex, enjoy sex, want to do something sexual, want to get naked, it's like y'all say, no, you can't do that. That's immoral. But there's no
what?
morality anywhere else in y'all life. It's weird.
No,
Why is
listen.
that?
Hold on.
A woman should do what she wants to do with her punante.
Absolutely.
It is
And
hers.
how she want to do it.
Absolutely.
When she want to do it, is hers. Now, if you are talking about moving into a committed relationship marriage, she and or he should disclose, hey, look here, I used to do such. That's what I'm saying. What she does with her body is none of my business.
So whatever we did back in the day, we need because
So-
if it we
So I have a question, Lou. What if it was your homeboys came and said that they found out she was a nun? Would you still be pissed?
That she was a nun?
yes.
Yeah, that she was a nun. Would you
If
still be pissed off?
It's none of my business.
How? Would you expect her to disclose that information way ahead of time so your homeboys wouldn't be coming to you saying, yo, you know your girl used to be a nun?
Absolutely.
She should
Absolutely.
tell
Tell me
me
from the
she's a
get.
nun.
My whole point from the beginning is to get to know you, right? So we talking about a lot of things.
I'm not caught up on, hey, you get a fuck the fuck
Hey,
out.
just FYI, the energy is different when we're saying nun than when we say stripper. Y'all energy coming back different. Like,
Don't do
who
don't do
gives a doggone?
that.
But
Don't
okay,
do that.
if
I'm
y'all
telling you,
say so.
men have a fucked up view of female sexuality.
See,
They believe that the pussy and that your body should only be for this one, for his pleasure.
It is
And,
not.
and men are programmed this way. The Matrix programs them this way.
It's
So
not.
okay, I asked Lou, Deshaun, do you feel like it would still be an issue if your homeboys popped up and told you that she was a nun? Would you still be heated?
No, but I'd have been like, why wouldn't you tell me that from the beginning?
See?
So why would you be heated when it comes to the stripper part, but you're not heated when it comes to the nun part?
Because I don't
the
know the
difference?
nuns for
They
going
both
out
of
there.
them
I don't know the
titles.
nuns. I don't know the nuns for going out there on a different level, like a stripper
You
would.
don't know her for going out there on another level. She got naked.
Right.
You see naked bodies all the time. What's the fucking problem? I don't get it.
Okay, she's
don't
not,
think
even if
it's
she's
what
not getting naked at all, like what is still based off of a title. You're talking about her actions. So you have a problem with her actions, is what you're saying.
We're trying to get y'all to
I
see
got
the
a problem with her first
the
job.
contradiction. We're trying to get y'all to see
Okay,
the
well, thank you for admitting it, Deshaun. He just said
Yeah.
he got a problem with her first job. He got a problem with a stripper. He got, in his mind, she should be a school teacher or a nun to society and the world, but then she can be the freak in the bedroom. That's really what you're saying.
This is about.
I
That's
me
really
personally
what
would
you're
never date
saying.
I would never date a stripper personally.
This is what this is about. It's about their programming. Men have, and again, y'all, y'all got this from your oppressors, right? This is where y'all got these ideologies from. You got them from your oppressors, because where else would you get it? If you're saying a women should be this way, y'all had to get this programming from somewhere.
Who said they should be that way?
These conversations weren't going on the plantation, so y'all had to adopt the ideologies. You had to. Where did you get them from? Because
they didn't talk about strippers on picking the cotton.
You had to get these ideologies. That's what I'm saying. Y'all happily embrace ideologies put on women that come from the dominant society, but when they put ideologies on y'all, it's no, that's not fair. Oof. That's no pressure. That's judgment. That's not right. Da 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 da. But y'all happily put these same judgments on women, and
she just wouldn't be. She just wouldn't be for me.
And that's
not my type.
You know what?
And that's fine. That's fine.
And we're just trying to.
You're entitled to that.
We're not trying to convince you. Date whoever you want. If you don't want to date them, everybody has. If you want to call off the wedding, then so be it. That's his right. What we're trying to get y'all to do is see the hypocrisy in your thought. We're trying to get you to see that this is a program. This is a program. It really means nothing at the end of the day. It don't have to do with her character, the type of mother she's going to be.
I think he was shocked at the information, though.
But he wasn't shocked. But yet you said he wasn't shocked with the nun thing. Again, it's just a label that's placed on the individuals. Where did the label come from in the first place?
Hey, let me ask this question to Kanika and Benita. Do you think he should have disclosed that information? Yes or no?
I wouldn't have disclosed it for what?
Okay, cool.
What's
That's
the
fine.
purpose?
Had
That
he
was my
asked,
past.
had he asked me, had he
Then
said,
I tell him the truth.
Kanika,
How you
did
gonna
you
ask you
used
if you
to
was a
be?
stripper? Who just goes to women and say you used to be a
No, no,
stripper?
but let's say he said, well,
Don't y'all ask other questions?
We ain't not
Y'all
gonna ask
ask
you
the
about no
10
damn
other questions.
stripper.
we
Why
talking
not?
about
What makes you think she's not strip? How do you need know the last chick you
Well,
dated or the chick you
first
date
and
now
foremost,
isn't a stripper?
let's hypothetically say I start talking to you, and I just come to you and ask you, yo, you used to be a stripper? No, that's disrespectful as hell.
How? You
You don't
asked me
ask a
a
woman if she used to
question.
be.
The same way that you're not supposed to ask them how old they are, and where did that nonsense come from?
Listen,
so
I'm
so
asking you how old you are. I'm definitely doing that.
here's
That
the thing. If we're talking about marriage, all questions are on the table.
You gotta
And
ask them.
if you're with a person and you're spending time with them and you're talking, somehow, some way, these things come up. And
Definitely nowadays, because you can simply ask, "Have you ever been to a strip
no,
club?"
I,
and
no,
then go from
no,
there.
I'm not even talking about being that specific. Like, oh, have you stripped? I'm not saying that. I'm
Not
saying
saying have you stripped. I'm saying in conversation, a lot of times you tend to ask, "Have you ever been to a strip club?" Like that's a normal kick
yeah,
it
yeah,
like a
yeah,
lounge type place.
well, can I
that
So
ask you
may
a
be a
question?
normal question. But what I'm saying is, if you take the woman I'm dating now, if you
okay.
ask her, has Lou ever worked at McDonald's? She'd be like, yeah, he told me he worked at McDonald's. Has he ever done this? Yeah, I've said that. Have you done? I've said that too. But she don't know like all my job history, but she's asked me and it's led to other questions, right? Like, oh,
Okay.
so
Did she
you
ask you though?
huh?
She
She asked you.
asked you.
Yeah, but still, I was like, yeah, I worked at McDonald's as I did that. I went on, I started doing other things, and she told me, you know, things about her as well. So I'm saying, I don't think you just skip over. And say, like I said, well, I was at McDonald's and I used to strip. Oh, you did? Yeah, I used to be a stripper.
So
Oh,
the issue,
Kanika,
and Sean, I'll let you go right after this. The issue
okay.
is female sexuality, right? It's not the fact.
No, not for me. The issue for me is if we talking about marriage. You should just be forthcoming about what it's.
But
I've
you
said,
may,
Like you said earlier, it's a conversation, so it should flow
right,
within any conversation. But you got to ask questions in order
right.
to
Like,
find out.
it's just like this for me. We're about to get married. I need to know what you got in the bank. I need to know your credit score. I need to know your goddamn bills. I'm gonna ask the question.
those are
Okay,
those,
that's
but
valid.
Lou, those affect your relationship right now. Bills, your credit score, what type of woman you are. The fact that she stripped 20 years ago has no effect on your. I guess I'm
No,
trying
that's
to get
true.
y'all to
I
understand
told you it was the embarrassment of
I
him not
told
no,
you,
even
your
knowing it.
ego. Your
No,
ego
it's
is the
their
reason.
It's
ego.
not even
Yes,
about an
exactly.
ego.
listen.
No, it
It is.
is.
Wait,
Hey
That's what
Lou,
that
let
hey
means.
me talk to
Lou,
Lou. If she
It
Lou.
told
is.
me she used to be in a nunnery in Rome, I would think she would tell me that. I'd be like,
Hey
oh,
Lou, you know they're
What?
gonna
Say
talk
that
about us
again,
after
Lou?
this, right?
huh? They got what?
I
Sean,
said,
crazy.
I said, you know they're gonna talk about us after this.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, the truth will set
Look,
you free. I
we
just
love
don't
y'all for
know.
even coming up here to
I
We
address.
just
do.
don't
You
know.
brave for even
Just,
getting up here
Yeah,
with
a
us, so it's
lot
all
of
good.
them will not click the
just
link,
tell me.
baby.
But
Just
Heck
tell
hold
me.
no.
on,
I used to
hold
be on
on.
the pole.
Can Kanika and Vanita, right?
Yes,
Correct? Or
yes,
Uh-huh.
okay.
yes.
Yeah,
Question.
that's right.
And this is a
Hmm.
serious question. You women have dated guys throughout your life. So my question to you is, have any guy ever said to you, have you ever been a stripper? It's not a common
I get
question you ask
have
a woman. It's
I've
not.
gotten lison. How you gonna ask me
I'm
a
sorry.
question and then don't let me
I
answer,
know.
sir?
I'm
You
fault.
good? You good. So
Ah!
I have had. They won't ask me directly if I was a stripper. I've gotten. Have you been to a strip club? And then our conversation flows from there. That's
Okay.
how it happens,
So he
as
eased it
opposed
in
to just
there.
directly said.
Okay.
Exactly. He just
For
eases it
me,
in with regular conversation.
You
for
just talking
me,
about that, yeah. What about you,
for
Kanika?
me, well, when I do my little dances in the bedroom, they be like, "Girl, you good at this." So you, So you dancing.
that, or
You was
even
looking
that
some
way. So
good in
that
this
is,
girl.
I've gotten that too. So you're right on that,
You
Kanika.
dropping
I've
the
been
low. Look
asked
what
based
you
off of
do,
that.
girl. You get on the pole. I'm like,
But
that's
But none of you
yeah, but
women
for the
ever stripped in
most
your life.
part,
None of you
no,
women
I've
ever
never
stripped
been
in
a
your life.
stripper.
Okay.
No, I've
no,
never
no,
been a
no one's
stripper.
ever just asked me that out to say, have you
Have you
been
been
a
a stripper?
stripper? But
No.
I don't know why they would. What would it matter if I
If
stripped
they
back in the
did,
day or not? I mean, what that got to do with what we got going on right now? We did a
that's
lot of
what I
shit.
don't
Because
get.
Everybody did a lot of shit in their youth.
everybody
Back in the
everybody in the
day.
past. Yep.
In the past.
Yep.
We all have a journey. Everything is working, and that's the beautiful thing when you start looking at things through a spiritual lens, and you're not looking at things in such an egoic way. When you understand that everything is working for the greater good of you and everybody involved, even strippers, even the choice to strip or whatever a woman or man would have done in their past, everything is used on the path of your spiritual growth and your evolution, right? We're not
Facts.
going to make the same decisions we made at 20. We're not going to make those same decisions at 45. We're totally different
Hmm.
people. Hopefully,
Hmm.
we've evolved, in 25 years. So I'm not going to punish a man for selling cocaine at 18, and he's 45. I'm not going to say,
Yeah, because you're
damn,
gonna think you got a bad boy.
you
Or
should have
doing
told me.
hard time.
You should have told me you sold cocaine when you were 19 years old. You was fucking 19 years old. You
So
were a
Deshaun, you
kid.
saying bad boy? You don't feel like the stripper chick is a bad chick? Like she know how to make these moves? Then
She
instead,
might be a
y'all
bad
turn it negative.
Nah, she might be a bad chick for sure, but she ain't for me.
And the reason why Deshaun feels that way is because that's what the man he's programmed. Men are programmed to believe. And what's unfortunate about programming in the Matrix is that the psychological programming of a lot of men keeps them from a lot of shit. Oh well, I can't because they said that bad, or society says that she's a this, or
No.
society instead
But
of
It's a
instead of
Deshaun, she
choice.
could be the love of your life. She could be everything that you're looking for, and you're dismissing her based off of a title, a old title at that.
I
25
mean,
years ago. That's what I'm saying. It keeps men, the thought processes a lot of men hold on to. Now there's no
listen,
real reason for
I
them to hold
think,
on to this stuff, but
but
they're
this is what
holding
I think.
on.
This is what I. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off,
No,
Kanika.
no,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead, Dave. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So this is what I think. Again, it's the embarrassment. You didn't tell me this. It was brought upon me of some friends that even might have seen you in a strip club. Because now, as a man, that's what you're gonna start thinking. Damn, everywhere you go, how many men have seen her in a strip club?
You want the
Tell me that.
approval of your friends. You don't want them to look at you a certain kind of way.
I think we're losing
That's
Wait,
Deshaun.
that's
We
the
Deshaun,
whole
can't
point.
hear you anymore. We
Oh,
can't hear you. You went choppy. We didn't hear
you
what
went
you just
choppy
said.
for a second. Your
Yeah.
audio. Yeah, no, it's faded
No, we
out now.
can't hear you.
I'm in the garage.
Okay,
That's
so
why.
now
Hey,
we can hear
listen.
you. Now we can hear
Okay.
you. Now we can
Yeah,
hear
we can
you.
hear you now.
So
Yeah.
again, like I was saying, if she told him from the very beginning, so he doesn't get blindsided by this because he doesn't know now in his mind, he's gonna be like, how many men does see my woman every week he go with her, right? So he's going in his mind, he's like, why you looking so hard? He might have seen my girl in strip club. That's what
And
we. That's what he's
But
gonna start
Deshaun,
thinking, right?
but
why do you care?
Deshaun,
Go
every
ahead.
last woman has a butt and we all had titties. We all had the same thing. So why does it matter that your homie has seen
That's what I'm
the
trying to
the
get
the the
No,
to.
see,
titties
you
and
miss
the
it. I
butt?
didn't.
It's the same
We
thing.
got the same
No,
shit. Y'all, man, y'all do know we got the same stuff. Y'all do know
We
that, right?
all have the same thing. So why does
The
it
only
matter that
difference is these
your
might be a little
homies, the
big.
world, or whoever have
Yeah.
seen, okay, so they putting these particular body parts just to this particular, okay, why do you care? Because we all
We
got the
got the
same
same
thing.
thing. You're
we
seeing
all
one, you're
have the
seeing us
same.
all.
You missing what?
We got
Listen,
the
listen,
same shit.
listen,
That's
though.
We're
Listen,
all.
missing
though.
your point. Go ahead with your point. Go ahead
Listen
with your point.
again for the fourth time. If she told from the very beginning, but as a man, if you tell me 20 years later, I find out. Matter of fact, you didn't even tell me. My boy told me. 20 years later, I found out I used to be a stripper. Now in the back of my mind, psychologically, I'm like, yo, this is crazy, right? Because now I don't know which guy in the world don't see my girl butt naked, or she might have did something extra with for some extra cash. So
And that's what
now
you
my
do.
brain is kind of messed up. I don't know what I want to do. If I still want to deal with her, even though I love the hell out of her, or do I just want to separate myself now because I'm totally embarrassed? That's a heartbreak for a man.
That's the ego though.
But
That's
why?
what
Because
your
it's
ego.
really, it is.
You're letting your ego run the show. You feel like
It's
you're a
an
victim.
image thing.
It's
Yeah,
an
you're
image
making
that you're
yourself
trying to get
into
you to
a
see.
victim, and
Me-
you want society to
I am a
see
victim.
your girl in a particular in
Yeah,
a
you
particular kind
care.
of way. You are not a victim, sir. You are not a victim.
Yeah, you're a
But
victim. You're a victim of caring what society thinks. That's what you're a
exactly,
victim
I
of.
would agree.
And
That's your
that's
victim
what we're trying to get you to
victimizing.
see, Deshaun,
Hmm.
is that men, y'all care too much about what everybody thinks, right?
Exactly.
What do you
Hmm.
care about and think? What do you want?
Exactly.
Not because you're embarrassed because your boys know or society know or your job
Hmm.
know. What do you how does your heart feel about it? Not because, oh my God, they're gonna think that, but who cares? It doesn't matter. It's all thought.
No, I love her, but I love her, but I'm really embarrassed. See,
Right.
you don't get that.
I
I'm
No,
get it.
I do. That's what I'm trying
We
to
do.
say. We do. You're embarrassed because you care about what your friends think.
Exactly. Embarrassment cannot come about unless you word unless it's
Thank
uh
you.
connected to someone, another individual, someone else, and then y'all be caring about folks that don't none of them pay y'all bills. Your homeboys ain't coming in just dishing out money, making sure that your car note is paid and your groceries and all that type of stuff, but y'all care about what they say. It's crazy. Why do you care?
Why do you care so much about
No,
why do you
listen.
care?
The whole point is you didn't tell me. You should have told me that you was a stripper. We could have talked about it, or you could have seen how I felt about it. You didn't even
Well,
care to
why
do
didn't you
that.
ask, Deshaun? Why didn't you ask? Why
I'm
why
not
wouldn't you
asking
ask?
no
You
girl if
just
she's a
said,
stripper.
see, well, I guess you
Because
may
he
end up with a
actually
stripper, Deshaun, without knowing. You may, because you don't want to ask the question. You don't even know why you don't really want to ask the question. Is it because you scared of her answer? What? Why won't you ask?
Well, I would hope she'll tell me. I'm just not gonna ask. I'm just gonna not gonna
and
come straight out and ask.
see, my thing is if we're gonna be moral, if we're gonna have moral judgments on people, we need to have them all across the board. We can't just be moral
Instead
when
of
it comes to
picking and
women's
choose.
morality. And then we have to ignore everything else everybody else do. We just gonna, again, I'm not disagreeing with, that's something that I wouldn't have brought it up. If he asked, I'm gonna tell the truth, but I'm not just
Yeah,
gonna be
same here.
divulging. That's just not who I'm not like that anyway. Now, if you ask me a question, I'm gonna answer it truthfully, but just going, you know what? Back in the day, I did this when I was 17. When I was 19, I did this. When I was 22, I worked here. I'm not because it doesn't matter in the scheme of what he and I got going on now. Now, Deshaun, had I murdered somebody or something like that, I'd be like, I got a body on me or something like that. But just because I was in a strip, I'm like, who cares? That's not has nothing to do with it. It can't affect me right now. It can't affect
It
the
can't.
relationship. Wow. It
Hey,
was
listen,
25 years ago.
listen. I hate to cut y'all off. It was a blessing. I
Yes,
appreciate
me
y'all.
Gotcha.
too.
Definitely be back
Thank
for
you.
sure.
Thank you
All
for
Thank
right.
you for
Thanks
listening.
for
having
coming
me.
on.
Appreciate
All right,
it.
y'all
You're
have a
Definitely.
good
welcome.
night.
Feel free to
You
join us
too.
another time. We appreciate it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Have a
thank you,
good
dear.
one.
Okay,
All
okay,
right.
okay, bye.
All right, bye. All
Lou,
right,
have
Lou,
my
you
back,
got
man.
I got you. 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 I
what
got
you
you.
got, Lou? What you got left, Lou?
No,
We listening.
it's if we're talking about marriage, certain things need to be said no matter what. You have to like disclose that.
Men don't disclose it though.
I this is where lose at. If we're talking about marriage, that's something you should disclose. So because it gives either if the man was a stripper, she was a stripper, whatever, it just gives them a choice about what that is.
I guess
And then also no, but let's take stripping out of it. anything like you're getting married, you should have the general basis of a person's life covered. Where there's no like, oh, that's an old moment. Like, oh,
I guess.
like for example, a woman once told me, she said, I filed bankruptcy. I was like, oh, it's an old moment.
But listen, I'm glad you used that example, Lou, because see, I'm glad you used that example because see, that's something that could affect the relationship in the now. I'm trying to understand how is her being a stripper 25 years ago, how would that affect the relationship, your relationship today? See, a bankruptcy possibly could.
The answer is, does it affect the relationship right now? No. Now, if she says, while I was stripping, I I did some other things in between the stripping sexually
Uh-huh.
to make some money,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
she should tell me that. Because that's
How
your
does that affect now, though?
How does it affect you now?
Yeah. How does it affect anything now?
wait, I'm about to tell you. If she's just
Okay.
stripping,
Okay.
okay, cool, no big deal. You strip. Well, hey.
Okay.
She says, hey, I stripped for like 2 years at club, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you're just stripper, right? Well, I did do some other things too. I got with a couple men. I had some regulars. I did some other things. Oh, that shit matters.
Because
Why?
But she did it for money. And let's say, because it's random, she don't know Adam from Xavier.
would you be more comfortable had she did it for free?
Stay with me. Because I said she had some regulars that was paying her.
Right, that's what I'm
So,
saying.
Okay.
so, so let's say I show up to the family barbecue and Xavier is my uncle. And
That's what I'm saying. Would have been okay had she did it. Would have been better had she just did it for free. Meaning she met some men in the strip club, and she actually liked them, so she started going out with them and started fucking them for free. Would that have been no better for you? Because there was no money involved.
the money is not so much the issue, it's where it transpired and how it transpired. So now we're at the barbecue and she meets, I introduce her, oh, this is my fiance, and she's been sleeping with my uncle Xavier. And if she was just sleeping with him because they were just kicking it, that's life.
So
But
it's the money. It's the exchange
So
of the
how
money.
is stripping different? Because she could have met Xavier. We can take the strip club out of it. She could have met
right.
Xavier, your uncle, out and about kicking it, and he was one of her regular kickers. They never got into a relationship, but they were having sex. He was taking her out to dinner and things of that sort. So he was already paying based off of that because he
that,
paying that
that,
way.
that, that he's already paying, that's, we're going to use that as your terminology. My story is Xavier went to the strip club to see her.
So it's the strip club that's the issue. It's the fact that
It's
the
the
transaction
title of the
happened
strip
in the,
club.
the transaction happened in the club and not in her house because it's the same thing.
Mhm.
all your scenario, because I'm staying in that circle. Okay.
No, I guess we're trying to get you. We're trying to see what the issue is. The issue, the fact that
The
she's in the
title,
club,
the strip
the
club, like
club
what
is
is it?
because women take money for sex every day, all day. A lot of women do. They don't be in the club, but women take money for sex. So
That,
is it the fact?
uh, uh,
Would you
uh,
have been comfortable had she fucked him for free? Would that because men seem and I'm asking you this because not just you.
wait now. I'm using Xavier, but it could be A B C D E. She's been doing this. She might have 30 niggas she's doing that to, that she's
Right.
fucking and
But she
getting
can do
money.
that outside of the strip club, like we talked about body count.
She can. I'm going with the scenario about the strip club because a woman.
Okay.
Listen, a woman can have as many more partners than a man can if she wants to.
Absolutely.
Right.
Okay.
But you all trying to poke holes in it. I'm saying strip club. I'm saying
We
strip club.
not. We just put the label of the strip club there, and you're writing on the label. It's a label of a strip club and what a strip club, quote unquote, means. Women naked. That's it.
So let me ask this question. Does a man or a woman's body count matter? Just yes or
No.
no?
Not to
No.
me, it don't.
Nope.
Not to me, it don't.
Gotcha.
What matters to me is his character.
Okay.
Is
Mm-hmm.
he a nice person? Is he driven? Is he funny? Stuff
So
like that. How
no,
many women he slept with before me? That's not going. How
I don't
I
give a
guess
fuck.
you answered the question. So here's my next question.
Okay.
If the body count has no bearing, if
Okay.
he has slept with your 3 of your girlfriends, is that okay? And
Prior to me knowing about it, is that what you're saying?
what does it
Because I
matter?
don't know about it.
What does it matter?
It really doesn't because she had sex with him prior.
Oh
It
yeah, I
doesn't
don't
matter
care.
when you had sex with him.
If it ain't, if honestly for me,
It
if
was
it ain't like
prior, so why do I care?
I didn't
if
say
it's not-
prior. What does it matter at all? Benita?
Currently, yes, it would matter if it was currently happened because
Why?
I'm with you at the time. We said
Right.
20 years ago. If we're talking 20 years ago, no, it doesn't matter.
So if he slept with 4
The
of your
scenario was the strip club. She stripped 20 years ago. You took the strip club out and said it was our homies. Okay, no problem. Our homies 20 years ago.
It's okay.
No, it does not matter.
Cool.
No,
Yeah.
it does not matter.
Because
That was 20 years ago.
I'm saying, will it matter?
It's not today. And again, Luke,
It's not
going
today.
back
No.
to
So
back,
when is not today? Not today. 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago. When is not today? Not today.
20 years ago. I mean, come on, we were young.
20 years ago is a long time ago, Lou.
So
A long
20
time.
years ago.
I would say anywhere from two years would be the soonest, I would say,
2
for
years,
me.
there you go. 2 years.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
And I guess, Lou, I have a question for you that you didn't answer.
What's that? I love asking questions.
Three men.
Uh-huh.
3 men fucked him. You met 3 men, exchanged for money in the strip club. You had sex with them. Okay, that's one scenario. The next scenario, she met 3 men, had sex with them. They didn't pay her any money, but she had sex with them.
Okay.
Which one is worse?
None of them. They're the same.
So what's the problem then? Because if the problem is she could have quote did
Because
this
we never established. We just established a time frame. The time frame is minimum of 2 years.
What?
We just established a time frame.
He's saying that we established the time frame because we said if it was him having sex with one of our homies, I said, you didn't necessarily say, Kanika, but I said 2 years ago. If she had sex with him 2 years ago and now we've met and not through her, but just we met and it was, oh yeah. Did you know I used to date him? Whatever. Okay, how long ago you talking? What you talking? I said 2 years. I mean, the initial scenario was 20 years, but I said 2 years. So
20 years,
he said,
if we talking about 20 years ago, that's a long ass time ago.
That's a long ass time. So it shouldn't even matter.
I guess I'm trying to understand because men have this hang up with exchanging money for sex. Like they have a hang up with it, but don't seem to have don't seem to have
y'all have a hang up with the title. It's really just a title that y'all have a hang up with.
It's because they have no problem with women giving it up for free. They have but anytime a woman get something out of it financially or a trip, men don't want women to get shit.
If a man says that he does not pay for the punate,
what you do though?
Wait, hear me out.
He said it's a lie. He was saying it was a lie.
Yes,
Yeah,
he is.
I
he
don't
is.
care if she asks you to drive from here to Lawrenceville. God damn it, that's fucking gas.
Facts.
There you go.
Facts.
If
That
she
way.
say, well, look, on the way to Lawrenceville, can you get me a 10-piece lemon pepper wet?
Exactly.
You paid.
That's money. You
That's
paid for
money.
it.
Right?
That's what I
Period.
was trying to tell
Hmm.
Deshaun. Me
Like,
and you
like
pay on the front or the back end, but you're gonna
you
Yep.
pay.
you you gonna pay if you want to lay.
It's just a
There
matter
you
of
go.
perception. That's what I was trying to
That's
get.
it.
That's my point. That's what I was trying to
That's
get
it.
you two to see in me going back and forth. I was trying to get you to see y'all hung up on a perception
No, you
because
gonna pay.
it's
You
the
gonna pay
same
for. You pay for that.
scenario. You're just getting
It is
the
the same
difference is
scenario.
just getting, yeah, it's the same. You're
It's
just
just a
getting it on the
title.
front end.
The
That's all
stripper part
it
is
is.
just a title because some
It,
women
it,
are
it,
getting it
it,
on the
it is
front
just a
end the
title.
same way that the stripper is getting it.
That's it.
She,
I'm
you
with
just choosing how you spending the money. When with the stripper, you just handed her the money and she chooses
I'm not
how she
caught up
want to
on the
deal with
stripper
it.
title.
you.
What I initially said was, if they're getting married, I would think that would come up. That's one thing I said. I don't. She's
And
stripping.
it could or it could not. It
Right.
depends on how y'all conversation
Yeah,
go.
and
But it goes back
it,
to you said the same thing I said at the beginning of the show. It's not enough conversation. If y'all done got that far and you don't know she
It's more
a
conversation.
stripper, or
Yeah.
she was in the past, then y'all not having
Yeah.
enough conversation. Y'all
and
not
that
asking enough
information,
questions.
the information ain't gonna. It's not gonna do.
It's
The
not gonna
only
change
thing
It's
anything.
not going to change anything.
change
But I'm
it.
saying I would if I
Not
was
at
a dope
all.
boy 20 years, I'd say, I was a little dope. If she asked me, what did you do when you was 19? I'm like, shit, I was selling some dope.
But you see what you just said. She asked you if
Yes.
what you did when you were 19.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I don't
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
why y'all not asking questions about stripper. If you want to know so bad or you feel like it's going to
So
affect your
so
scenario of being with her getting
I
married, then you should
You're
ask them
right.
type of questions.
I am of the
Right.
mind. I am of the mindset that I ask stuff that it probably shakes women's soul, and then when they
Okay.
don't answer,
You do.
I
The stuff
I
you be telling me to be asking your women, the women
I,
you date or dated. Yeah.
I need to know what that
You
is.
get in there.
And I've been
But
one
you're
time.
making it a point to know what you about to sign yourself up for. So we're
Yeah,
saying, listen,
I
so
remember
men need to
vividly,
do.
I asked her one more time how many men she had been with, and she got offended. She got offended. She started to shut down,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh,
Because she know you're about to judge her. But go ahead.
no!" But
Exactly.
listen. One time, no, I was dating a woman, and she said, we was talking, and she said, "Well, how many you been with?" And I gave her a number, and she said, "Okay, all right, that's all right." Because she said, "I asked you." And I asked her. And from there, we ain't had no issues. I've had a woman ask me, and I asked her, and she told me if my number if my number wasn't higher than hers, she wasn't gonna fuck with me. Because she said she was an inexperienced nigga. So like, just answer the question.
I like her. I like her.
She said,
I like
Well,
she
I
said,
guess
well, how many you
shit.
been with? And I was like, and I'm like, I ain't like, I wasn't like the DMX song where it was Keisha, Anita, Rhonda, and Bobby. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, DNA.
You know what I'm saying? But
Oh shit.
I gave her enough names, and she was like, okay, that's enough. She said, because your number's higher than mine. And if it was lower than mine, I wouldn't want to deal with you because I want an experienced man. I was like, oh, well, shit, let me keep going. Right?
I mean, and whatever number. Let me. And here is the thing, and then we can go ahead and close out on this and let y'all give your closing arguments. We on an hour, up to an hour and a half now. No matter what number you or her would have said, had you said, "I done slept with 329 women,"
Right?
and she said, "I slept with 2 men," or she said it, that would have had no bearings on what you two hold into your relationship right now. And when a
Nothing.
neighbor
Not
did
unless you will let
it,
it affect your own brain based off
Right.
of
that's
society.
the only thing that would have changed is your programming, not you, Lou. Meaning, when I say
Right.
programming,
Correct.
the male, your male programming about female sexuality, which is pretty toxic. It's like it's a control thing. Y'all want to
Yeah,
control
that's
our
all it
vagina.
is.
And I get it. I get it because I think without our vaginas, a lot of men will off themselves. So you have to try to control it because it's not like y'all have access. Like we can have sex every day with almost any man we want to. We can have sex all day long every day with
Yeah.
almost any man to our choosing. That's
Yeah.
real shit.
That's real
And I
talk.
think I think low key men are sometimes a little jealous of that. They're a little jealous of our access to sex at any moment. So y'all try to subdue, our ability to get out there and do what we want to do.
Downplay and shame is what y'all
Absolutely.
do.
Men try to use shaming tactics, manipulation. Y'all try to use God, the Bible, any anything you can think of to try to get women to not express themselves sexually. And it's toxic and it doesn't serve any of us because now even if we wanted to, here is the thing, because we know y'all have these hangups, men have these hangups about sex. Even if we wanted to be honest with y'all a lot about our body count, we are not dumb enough to know. Even if we slept with, I don't know. Let's just say we slept with 1,000 men. We know to say six. We're not
Hmm.
dumb. We know to say six because we know
Because
y'all are
y'all
gonna
egos
like
can't
you.
take if we
You
give
can
you the
do it.
right answer
You
anyway.
can't. So
Y'all
we
are so delicate, it's crazy.
it is and it's almost scary. So we have to make sure that we are placating to your ego because your ego, like
Hmm.
Deshaun was saying, but it's I'm embarrassed. That's all he kept saying. His ego, he wants to look away to the masses. Men have this thing about wanting to look away to society, wanting to look away to the masses. So we know that we have to kind of work around your inability to see your ego because that's all that is. It doesn't really
Hmm.
matter in the scheme of life. Sex is a very
This doesn't.
natural thing for everybody. It's just not for men. It's just not for the pleasure of men. Our pussies are just not for y'all. We like sex too. We can enjoy sex too. We can express ourselves sexually too. This is just not about y'all and your pleasure. And men got to understand that. God didn't, we like it too. We want to come too. We like it too. And we shouldn't be judged or punished for liking the same shit y'all like.
No,
We
you
like
should.
it too.
You should not. You should not. You should not.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Lou.
You should not.
Oh Lord have mercy. Lou like Lord, let me let
Yeah,
y'all live. Y'all should
you know,
live.
Yeah, let us live, man. That's
but,
what I'm
and
saying. Let us
the
live.
crazy thing is, a man would get with a woman, and he'd be like, "Oh my God, oh she was so this, she was so that, she did this, she did that," and I'd be like, "Well, how do you think she learned that shit?
Right.
Hmm.
She got me, she twerked around and she turned and she did this. She had to do with somebody.
She like
Lou,
doing it. She like doing her
She
spin.
had
She
to do
like
with
getting up there and
somebody.
doing her spin. She like it. We
Yeah, she
like
had to
hmm.
it.
find out with somebody, and you just now I look at it like I'm the beneficiary. Like, girl, how many men you been with? Shit, that's what's up.
You do that. You don't
You do that,
Oh, she got
yeah.
skills. She got skill
practice has
skills.
made perfect. Practice has made perfect. That it's
Exactly.
okay. It's okay. Sex is to be enjoyed by both sexes, not just men. We can
Yeah.
enjoy it too, and it's okay. We have got to get out of this box of shaming when it comes to sexuality. It's one of the most natural things two humans can do. There's no shame in it. There's no shame with being naked. There's no shame. We all got the same things.
Right.
It
Got
ain't,
the
it ain't
same
we not
things. I don't get
special.
it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
No.
y'all big deal, and we got the same. It's weird. Yeah, it's weird, but again, it's their programming. They hadn't even thought this far. They just
Of
take the
course not.
programming the oppressors gave them, and they just run with it. They don't even think about the things they think. They just because it's embedded in them. It's
Yep.
embedded. Think about the things you think, and then think why do I think that? Why do I believe
That's the
that way?
biggest
You
question.
have to think about the stuff that you're programmed instead of just going along with it. Somebody gave it to you. Now examine it and see if it's really working for you. Because for him to want to call off a wedding for some shit she did 25 years ago is asinine. But it's his programming. And I get it. So that's all we was trying to get. This was really about seeing the programming of the mind
Right,
and
right, right.
where these
Hmm.
thoughts and these judgments come from because they don't even come from you. They were given to you by somebody else and you just take them on without question.
Exactly.
Question the
Hmm.
shit that you were taught. Question the shit that you believe. Where did I get that from? Why do I think that? And go a little deeper than just the surface. Because if you go a
Exactly.
little deeper, you'll be like, now what do
That that doesn't make any doggone sense.
sense.
Right.
So why do I?
Hmm.
Well, that really don't affect nothing, or that really who cares? You know what I mean? You if you go below the surface
That
of
way.
why, you will see that the thought probably ain't even yours. It
Right.
was
Hmm.
given to you, and you just took it on without question. That's all this was
Exactly.
really about.
Right.
Try to get this gentleman to see why do you care so much? Not
Hmm.
because you necessarily care that she's a stripper. You care because your boys know.
That's
That's why
exactly.
you care. And all of that is ego.
No,
You
Hmm.
control.
I agree. Yeah, that's there you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
it's ego. Don't let ego ruin what could be the biggest blessing of your life. Finding love
Yeah.
in this environment ain't easy.
Oh boy.
It's not an easy thing. So don't let something like ego ruin what could be the very woman that God has for you or man that
Exactly.
has for you. That's all we were trying to say. We're not trying to say
Yep.
she should have hid it or shouldn't have told him. We're not saying any of that. We're only saying that don't let ego and thought processes, because that's all it is thought. It means nothing at the end of the day.
Right.
Ruin something that could be very, very beautiful, a beautiful blessing in your life. That's all we're saying.
True.
Hmm.
So that being said, UV, Lou, y'all have any closing comments? Or have any
Nope. I
closing?
think you
I'm sure I
summed it
enjoyed
up.
it.
You
I
summed
really
it
enjoyed it.
up.
Thank you, Lou, for texting me saying drop the link. I said, oh Lord, this
Yeah,
under his
yeah, yeah,
skin.
yeah, yeah. I
I
was like,
said,
God,
we under his
hey,
skin.
I said, I gotta get in on this one. I gotta get in on this one. I got
Yeah,
to.
I said, we
Got
under
you,
his skin.
got
He got
you.
to come up.
I gotta get in on this one.
And I appreciate it. You are always
Yes.
welcome, my dear. Thank you
Well, ladies,
all for
y'all have a good
watching.
evening.
You
You
too.
as
You too.
well.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Great weekend, and I'll catch up with y'all.
Absolutely. All right.
Definitely.
Good
Okay.
night, Lou.
All right,
Good
bye.
night.
Thank you all for watching, tuning in. If you're new to the channel, as always, if you don't mind subscribing, we've been doing this a little under 2 years now, so we're trying to grow the
Hmm.
podcast, trying to grow the channel. So we would appreciate all the support you could give. Thank you, Vanita, as always,
You're
my
welcome. Definitely.
beautiful co-host and best friend. Thank you as usual. We'll be back next week. Next
Yes.
week, 7:30 Friendship Show. All our girlfriends are joining the show.
They
They're
are.
gonna, they're gonna
They
tell
are.
y'all how good of a friend me and Vanita have been or not.
Should be quite interesting.
This should be very interesting. They finna give us a report card live and
Yeah,
in
man.
so
Yep.
I am excited about this show. So join us if you can next week, same time, 7:30. Yeah, we'll be here. Thank you all for watching. Good night. Have a good rest of your
Okay.
week.
Good
Good
night.
night, y'all.
Okay, good night.
Yep. Good night.